Hey everyone, and welcome to this week's Let's Try episode. In today's episode, we are going to be taking a look at Gamedec from Anshar Studios. Now, this game is something that I personally have been really looking forward to trying out, so I of course hope this is going to be awesome. Gamedec is a cyberpunk isometric detective RPG where you play as a game deck. Your job is to solve crimes in virtual worlds. Now, before we get started here, I do want to say the game did give me a photosensitive seizure warning when it started up, so if that's something you are affected by, please be warned that this might not be something that you would want to watch. I don't know if we are gonna be experiencing anything like that in this episode, but I wanted to throw it out there in either case. We are gonna go ahead here and click new game and see how it goes.
It's a strange profession, game deck. You're neither a player nor a detective. You know the rules and how people break them. How they leave a digital trail. And there is always a trail. A flaw in the source code. Backdoors used by cheaters. Anonymity skins, used to cover up unpopular activities. All can be found. All can be traced. With a lot of skill and a little bit of luck. Sometimes more than a little. Because there are surprises, even for a game deck. But in the end, you keep your eyes on the prize. This is my story. What's yours?
Okay, time to create our character. Let's see what we have. Now, this is as far as I've been, just to see what we're dealing with here. And what we want to be focused on here is the origin and the values we start with. I did Google a little bit about these because the game actually doesn't tell us much about what these are, and this is literally all I know. So it's very limited, but there are two origins, high city and low city. The only thing this impacts is certain choices throughout the game in conversations and I don't know how it's going to be impacting them at all. Maybe you have extra options. Maybe you find certain things easier depending on where you're from. Maybe you have contacts depending on where you're from. That's all I know. So. And that's all it says in either case. So we are going to be trying out High City here because I usually like to make characters that are from, let's say, poorer districts. But let's try something new and try the High City. Then we have the starting skills that we are going to be starting with here. The dominant value guiding your character before they chose the game deck profession. Your choice will determine the aspects they will start their adventure with. So, there are a bunch of different options here. I think there are an option for starting either of these skills with 3 and having 1 point in everything else. And then there is a bunch of different options to have 2 in 2 skills and 1 in the last one. The game still doesn't tell us anything about what these are, so I actually did look it up. And we have the red one is decisiveness, the yellow one is creativity, the blue one is our analytic skills, and the green one is our social skills. I looked through them shortly before I started this video, and I think we're gonna go with conformity here. I personally like to have like high intelligence or the equivalent in either case, being able to deduct things, have a higher chance to be able to figure things out with my character. And you know, I feel like it's never a bad idea to have some social skills to be able to persuade or sweet talk some people. So I think this is gonna be our character. Let's see what this is all about. And this is literally all I've seen in the game. So from here on out, it's completely new and blind to me. Let's see what it's about. We are apparently in our apartment. In Relium, the roof of the Undercity is one of my favorite spots. Even though I'm standing on one of the lowest walkways in Warsaw City, I feel like I'm on top of a mountain. Below me is a 150-meter long gaping abyss stretching over the seemingly endless ruins of old Warsaw. A ground cleaners company, Cyclops, chugs away in the distance, clearly rubble from old blocks of apartments. If you look hard enough, you'll notice bonfires made by savages among the dust and fog. I can hear the humming of a nearby MCC beacon standing guard and watching over me. Yes, the ROU is definitely one of my favorite spots. Okay, block the dark side of the Megapolis. Alfreda's 55. Okay, this might not actually have anything to do with anything. Might just be random fluff of text to give an idea what the world we live in. I didn't remember why I had become a game deck. Okay, dialogue options. To choose a dialogue option, left click on its text by clicking the corresponding number on your keyboard. Left click its text or click the corresponding number on your keyboard, okay? We are not gonna skip the tutorial, we're definitely gonna be reading this one. To see the conversation history, click the arrow at the top of the dialogue window. Okay. At some point, I must have decided that it was a reasonable way of making money. Then I just got used to it. Okay. Let's see. Let's take a look around. I wonder if this is probably our, real life apartment. We are not in anything yet. I was surrounded by the real world. There we go. That is Relium. I could hear Warsaw City humming outside the window. I lived in Tower Stone in Wola. It was the end of the 22nd century and the people were crazy happy. Kidding. Some were, some weren't. Which group did I belong to? I wasn't sure. Let's recall our career. I solved numerous cases, so people started to believe I was credible. And credibility was crucial in my line of work. Pretty much everything can be falsified, but you can't fake credibility. Games, besides being my workplace, also became my second home. Did I ever play for fun? Yes, sometimes I did. Okay, let's start our day. It was time to check if there were any new jobs. Movement. Left click anywhere on the ground to move there. Use Tab key on your keyboard to adjust movement speed. Left click an interaction icon to interact with the object or person in your environment. Some interaction icons are always visible, others will only appear when the circumstances are right. For instance, when you are near them. Okay. Okay, so there is definitely something to be said about walking around. Okay, he walks quite fast already. Oh, like that. Jukebox. A jukebox, my latest purchase. Let's resume the playback. Let's take a look outside. We can see people moving around down there. That's very nice. Warsaw City, my polis. Let's look out the window. Walkways, squares, space, and chasms. That's what modern cities look like. In the middle layer, mid-city, despite dense developments, you could still see the sun and pieces of the sky, as well as the long way down. Okay, I'm not sure I feel too great looking down like this, but that's okay. It was all too cramped and too loud. I wished I lived somewhere higher, where you could see the sky, or below, near the Undercity abyss. Void stars. Okay. This was where the rich met the poor, and light met darkness, a place where you could be pretty much whoever you wanted to be. And where advertising drones peeped through people's windows looking for new victims. That's what it is. Wonderful. Glacier. Send the advertising drone away. Contemplate. Huh, this must be like a, I don't know, a skill that maybe we have access to. Okay. Aspects. Maybe it's something we need. Aspects are parts of a game deck's personality expressed through actions, thoughts, and emotions. Be kind to gain the empathy aspect. Inspire someone to gain inspiration, etc. Okay, so because we send it away, we might have worked our way towards getting the glacier aspect. Aspects are grouped into 4 following personality types: decisive red, analytical blue, creative yellow, and sociable green. Professions unlock special conversation options, enabling you to do more. Hover your cursor over a profession to see its description. Each profession requires a different personality. The description will indicate which aspect unlock a given profession. A profession will be highlighted if you have the required aspects. Click and hold the left mouse button on a profession to unlock it. Okay. So, okay, what is what here though? Deduction. Okay, that was too early. The main notes are questions that are key to your deduction process and solving your case. Gather information and choose answers based on that information to unlock notes until you reach the final conclusion. Okay, I assume we are not quite here yet. So we have aspects. Are these aspects? Okay. Okay, so I'm not sure I understood it correctly. I'm not sure if social green here, for instance, is an aspect, or the empathy, listening, trust, etc. are aspects of the social green. I think it's the latter though, and these then must be professions: infotainer, sleeves, glacier. There we go. You're well versed in both virtual and real technologies. You know where to look for power nodes, cables, and virtual developer stacks. You can open them, hack them, and change their settings. Okay, obviously this is a lot to read, so we're not necessarily gonna go through all of them. I think we're just gonna follow the game as it is for now, and if we gain access to any of this at some point, then we might read about it. Actually, I can unlock a couple of these already. I can get Glacier, and I can actually get Scalpel. Yeah. You know how to communicate with medibots and how to stop a hemorrhage or stabilize the wounded. You can use medical equipment. You recognize disease, symptoms, and life-threatening conditions. You don't panic when someone loses consciousness, and you can perform CPR. You are a Scalpel. Comes from our 2 social skill, and this one comes from our 2 whatever this was, analytical blue. Okay, so empathy, listening, trust, compassion, amicability, service, pacifism, and education. Okay, accuracy, discretion, facts, logic, caution, loneliness, calm, and rules. Intuition, atmosphere, expression, energy, verbosity, optimism, spontaneity, inspiration in our creativity, yellow here, and our decisive red has determination, authority, sincerity, indifference, impatience, specifics, selfishness, and target. Okay, let's go ahead and unlock some of these. Why don't we? I mean, I don't think anything bad is gonna come from this. Unless there's a limit. I don't see a limit, so... Look. This one sounds very nice in either case. You don't meet the requirements. Now I don't read the requirements. Oh, okay. So we spent the skills. Oh, okay, interesting. This is not a requirement. It's a cost. Okay, it's a cost. Fair enough. We still have one social skill or one social point left. Okay, so this is how the game sort of translates this into how good we are. We don't necessarily get a higher skill, we just learn more and more. Okay, Scalpel could have been nice as well, but I think we're happy enough with the Glacier. So let's go ahead and continue here. And now we can actually send it away, I assume. I once installed a gadget in the window that disrupts the sensors of such invaders. Goodbye, little drone. Okay. All it took was a short signal. The drone received an error message that made it return to the shop for inspection. Very nice. Let's contemplate. I had a few things I needed to think over. Hello. You can't really contemplate without a drink in your hand. Luckily, the server bot knew exactly what I needed. The server, I don't know what this stands for, logo had slightly faded already, but the server bot, as usual, patiently evaded instructions. Okay, what are we gonna start with? I think I'm not really a fan of either of these. I don't drink much in real life, but I guess I could stomach a cup of tea. Professions. Some dialogue options are available only if you have the right profession. Such options begin with the name of the profession. Click the icon on the left edge of the screen, or press I to see the profession tree, or L, I suppose. Okay, so we could get some info here if we were an infotainer, but we are not. Okay. I always like tea. It opens your mind and cheers you up. I had a decent chemical blend and the real, more expensive stuff. Let's, you know what? Let's go for the expensive stuff. It's gonna be one of those days, I feel. I wasn't going to beat myself up for something I had already paid for. I decided I would drink synthetics when the good stuff was gone. I decided to drink some stuff. I decided to think some stuff over and get to work. Okay, sensory worlds. Thousands of games and millions of players mean plenty of cases for game decks. Hatred, greed, and deviousness are especially common online. Two topics had been especially popular in the media recently: digital love and whether it's better to live online or in Realium. Okay, let's learn more about games or Realium. I took a sip. Game fans say they let them fulfill their dreams and that they don't have to obey the rules of nature, which are a bitch. They could choose gender, looks, and go on adventures. Opponents called it escaping and claimed you can only get tough in Realium. Realium presents real challenges, on the other hand. Good money can be made online too, and it's no less complicated than Realium. Well, I can definitely get behind, you know, escaping to a world that you have no way to get into in the real world. So I definitely prefer games in a lot of aspects. Sensory worlds are kingdoms in themselves. There are plenty of affairs, people, and nuances. I wasn't surprised some people called them home. Experiencing things in games is no different than experiencing them in Realium. It's just a different and more interesting level of reality. Okay, you know, we could go on forever here to try and read all this, and I probably would if I was playing on my own, but let's, yeah, it was indeed time to get to work. Let's see if we can't find a job. Is it maybe this one?
Have you ever felt vulnerable while gaming on your couch? Try Game Buddies. Hire a bodyguard to take care of your apartment while you're gaming. No risk of getting robbed
Okay.
or sabotaged. Your safe gaming is our top priority.
Holovision, Bliss. Okay, probably here. Computer. My computer. It controlled the couch, communicated with household appliances, let me send messages, and did everything else. I was about to say it controlled the couch. It's impressive. Glacier. Ooh, I'm glad I picked it up. It was a good piece of hardware. I optimized and upgraded it with a robust antivirus suite and the latest drivers. A Gamedec computer. Okay, let's check the mail, see if there's a new job here. A few emails from clients I had helped. I needed to reply to those. Okay, sure, let's reply to them. First message. Senator Stone was grateful for working out with his... Senator Stone was grateful for working out what his daughter was doing in Into the Dungeon 1337. Okay, reply kindly. We can offer a discount for the next contract. I mean, we are always happy to have returning customers, so let's offer a discount. Maybe, I don't know, he was happy to find out what his daughter was doing. It's difficult if he was you know, thinking about her well-being and he just wanted to control her. So let's actually offer a discount. This email was a great opportunity to ensure his continued patronage. I offered him a discount for the next case he'd bring my way. I got through the other emails quickly. Some were invitations to events, some were spam. I replied. Okay, let's check the contracts then. Ooh, I got a an analytical point. Very nice. Wonder what this was. Logic, maybe? Doesn't really tell us too much. Maybe. Oh, it was probably kindness, actually. Which is not there. Empathy. Probably. Maybe. I don't know. Who knows? Maybe someone took pity on me and offered me a job while I was away in Virtualia. Virtualia. A job. And it was urgent. I have a discreet and urgent matter for you. I'll pay good money. Please get back to me ASAP. Jeffrey Haggis. Okay, let's contact him. Mr. Haggis was worried. I needed to sense him. Whatever that means. Hello, Jeffrey Haggis. I got your email.
Please come to me. I'll tell you everything when you're here.
Oh, you're there. Please come see me. Blue Whales Interactive Tower, level 255, South Entrance. I'll tell you everything when you're here. Okay. You know what? Let's inquire about some details in either case. Could you tell me some more information? I told you. You need to get here first. Alright. I don't think we're gonna negotiate for a down payment. Let's just agree to go meet him. As you wish. I'll be there shortly. He disconnected. Okay. How do we get out of here? Door, probably. Solid doors protected me and my apartment. Or maybe they protected Warsaw City from me. Let's go to our client. We are going to Haggis' office. That's definitely up some levels. Haggis' office. Devitalization is a process generated by a player's helmet. It is responsible for activating a game pill. It is similar to the natural process of falling asleep generated by the pawns. It entails disconnecting the brain's motor and sensory centers from the rest of the real body. Thanks to this, a player can move the limbs of the character in Virtualia and receive digital sensory stimuli, and at the same time lie still on a couch and feel no real stimuli. The only muscles that are not devitalized are the oculomotor muscles. Exactly the same exception occurs. Exactly the same exception occurs during sleep. This phenomenon can be observed in the REM, rapid eye movement, sleep phase. Okay, I think these are just fluff text. So, in fear of making this episode way too long, let's skip that for now. The director's office is behind that door. Mr. Haggis is expecting you. Okay. Hello? The man took a deep breath and let out the air through his nose with a loud wheeze. Okay. Dialogue tags. Icons and tags that appear on the left of the text mark dialogue branches that you have unlocked by your previous decisions. Other players might see something different or nothing at all. Okay. Past choices. He took a good look at me. You're here. Good. Maybe that's because I asked for some details that he's not too happy about me already. Okay. Well, since he's a bit in a rush, let's skip the introduction. And whatever this is, let's just take initiative. Mr. Haggis, I'm a Gamedec, and... Okay, that's exactly what I wanted to avoid, but fair enough. Yes, I know, wonderful. Something's wrong with my son. He's not getting off the couch, and, well, you'll see for yourself. It's been over 4 days. He entered some game with his friend Timmy. I've tried talking to Timmy, but he's clamped up. His condition makes me worry even more. My son is on the couch in the next room. Let's go there now. Alright? Here he is. Find out what's going on with him and how he can be helped. Haggis' son was wearing an expensive brand-name suit and a state-of-the-art helmet. Covered part of his face. Okay. The couch side panel warned that he'd exceeded the online time limit. I couldn't help noticing that the genital area of his gaming suit was bulging. Alright. I mean, either he had an accident, or he's probably doing stuff that his daddy doesn't want him to know about. Okay, the couch side panel warned. Let's check the couch. The 11 bits discretion and comfort couch reeked of luxury and unattainability. The system masked the player's login information. Okay. Let's, as much as I don't want to, let's examine the suit. The suit was equipped with advanced anti-bed sore software. It resembled the skin of a slithering snake. Okay. Check the material. Ooh, glacier. I ran my fingers over the suit's surface. The synthetic fibers emitted more heat in the places where they needed to work harder. Okay. Okay, deduction. We got a new clue, apparently. Sometimes you will gain information directly pertaining to the deduction process necessary for solving the case. Left-click the education icon, or the deduction icon at the edge of the screen, or press Y on your keyboard to see it. Let's check it out. How to help Frito. Each main node in your deduction panel is the question you are trying to answer. On the left side of it, you can see the clues that you've gathered. Possible answers are listed to the right. Hover over them to learn more. Every decision in the deduction is binding and cannot be unmade. If you choose the option, let the father find his son in the game, you will in fact abandon this case. Okay. If you believe you have enough information, click and hold the left mouse button over the chosen answer. Okay. Okay, so I'm guessing it looks like we can gather 7 clues. Actually 8 clues. We have gathered 1 already. Fredo is acting as if he's experiencing endless erotic exaltation. At the same time, he's showing signs of extreme exhaustion. Yeah, I would be as well if I was going at it for that long. And it looks like if we unlock more or all of these, we'll have 3 options to choose from. Assuming one of them will be... No, you do it yourself, Papa. Okay. Okay. The suit was trying to mitigate the boy's sexual arousal through slow but intensive body massage. Okay, well, we guessed right at least. Haggis cleared his throat impatiently. I welcome your conclusions when you're ready. Okay, relax, relax. Let's look at the helmet first. I leaned over to get a better look. Let's check the helmet number first. To get a look at the number, I had to lift the boy's head. Let's do that. I gently grabbed his head and tried to turn it a little. Frito moaned. Careful, you're hurting him. Let's try and explain it. I know what I'm doing. He'll be fine. Do you think I'm blind? You're hurting him. Leave him the fuck alone. I'll throw you out myself. Alright, fair enough. Let's check the screen then. The visor screen had no info on Frito's virtual location. An intentional safeguard. The helmet didn't have an observer port either. There was no way to see what he was playing. Full discretion. Probably a good idea. Enough sniffing around. Tell me what's going on with my son. Okay. Ooh, with Scalpel we could have done something else here. Interesting. Do I have... Okay, I increased something here apparently. But still not enough to buy anything. We're still a bit away from that. Okay, let's calm him down and present our conclusion. Whatever that is. Mr. Haggis, this is a tense situation, so we need to keep our composure. According to my initial observations, he's been locked on for over 4 days, but there are no signs of adverse effects from the session. This is some excellent equipment. However, Fredo is unnaturally excited. If this state continues, it may lead to some unpleasant consequences. We need to hurry. Doing a hard extraction by taking the helmet off is a huge risk, and locking out remotely, it's impossible, I know. Like it is in most systems. Can you at least tell where he's locked into? The Virtualium data is masked by the helmet's discretion system. Gamedec equipment won't be any help here either. I need to find out which game Fredo logged into and then take appropriate steps. I understand. Fredo entered the game with his friend Timmy. He's a spineless pushover, but that might be for the best. He's waiting in my office. Maybe he can tell us something. You'd better hurry though, as someone's on the way to pick him up. Okay, got the Codex, which is this one, I believe. Codex is a popular Gamedec tool. Codex contains important information that you gather during your investigations. Left-click an icon at the edge of the screen or press U on your keyboard to open the Codex. Okay, what's... okay, so... These are all the different characters. Okay, there's a lot of stuff to read here. Okay, Gamedecs. Okay. 3 out of 5. Okay. Technologies. Devitalization. Okay. Devitalization. Helmet. Organizations, characters. I assume these... Well, I actually don't know if these are all the characters in this entire case or just in the entire game. Okay, well, let's continue. He looked at me, then at his son, and sighed. Alright, get to work. Sure, boss. I'm gonna assume that's Timmy, yep.
Are you going to question me?
Yes, I'm going to question you. Some dialogues require more effort. The blue bar above the dialogue window represents the emotional state of the person you're speaking to. Your choices influence that state. Try to find out how. If the conversation bar reaches a lock, additional information or dialogue options will be unlocked. Hover over a lock to learn a bit more. Okay. Okay, I can't actually learn a bit more other than that it's a secret. But it seems like, I mean, I would assume we can go 2 different directions. We can be hard and aggressive, or we can be, you know, kind and reassuring. And it looks like actually both ways might dissolve some secrets here. I guess that makes sense. Okay, the kid looked around with terror in his eyes. When I approached him, he trembled. Are you going to question me? You know, I'm gonna go the empathy route here. I'm gonna calm him down a bit. Questioning is best left to the police. I'm here to help Mr. Hack's son, so let's just talk, alright? Okay. I wanna help too. He nodded vigorously. Okay, then there we go. Seems like we could have gotten... but that's what Mr. Hackis sort of hinted at as well. If we had been hard on him because he doesn't have a spine, we could have probably got something a bit quicker. But let's see if we can sweet talk him. Tell me what happened. It was Fredo's 16th birthday, and we were inside an adult game. He turned red and stared intently at his shoes. I guess that's much. What do you want to know? Okay, let's talk about Tim first, actually. Let's focus on you, Timmy. Let's ask him if he's alright. You alright, Timmy? You're slurring your words and trembling. How do you feel? Not too good. I'm a bit dizzy, but that's from the fatigue. We played for a long time, you know. Let's calm him down and tell him it's almost over. Just a few more questions and you're free to go. He nodded with appreciation. Okay. Alright, I believe you want to help. It was Fredo's birthday. Did I already mention that? I'm not sure. So we logged into Paradise Beach. It's a place where adults get together there. You can read all about it in the description. He turned red like my grandma's geraniums. No idea what that is. Okay. Let's ask him a bit about Fredo. Okay, maybe we can talk more about him actually. Let's ask him what other games he likes. What games do you like, Timmy? Whatever Fredo plays. Space sims like Dream Space or Dying Stars. Shooters too. Crying Guns is our favorite. He loosened up. He liked to talk about games. I believe you. Really, I do. And I want to help. Yeah. It's just that I can't quite remember. I don't know what actually happened. He had trouble putting sentences together and remembering the events. It wasn't just shock. Something had really disturbed his nervous system. Your nervous system is overloaded, but it will regenerate. It will pass. Breathe. Okay, we are unlocking quite a bit in here. So maybe... What is this though? Okay. Yes, it's a game for adults. Timid suffered a mental trauma. Okay. The Boys in Paradise Beach. Okay. We have 4 more things we can unlock, but we also haven't talked at all about Fredo yet. Look for him in Paradise Beach. Paradise Beach is a world for people seeking love and sex. Fredo might be there. I should look into this game. Let's see if that's a good idea or not. Okay. Wonder what this means here. Okay. Let's ask him about Fredo. Let's see if we can't get up to the first one at least. Your friend. Let's actually ask about his relationship with his father. How are things between Fredo and his father? Do they like each other or not? Uh-oh. Old man Haggis is paying you. No matter what I say, you'll take his side anyway. The truth lies where the money comes from. He grunted and pursed his lips. What else do you want to know? He sounded like a player with a slow connection. Either he was deeply stressed or something was wrong with his nervous system. Okay, so that was not a good choice. Let's talk about Fredo then. Tell me something about Fredo. Anything you want. He's my buddy. Same school and stuff. Once this kid Alex called me names, so Fredo flushed his walk-tail down the toilet. He smiled at the memory. Then he altered the holes in the school gallery to give Alex a pig's snout that constantly oozed this disgusting mucus. Fredo's brilliant. The hollows. Okay. He was looking at me with distrust. You're a Gamedec. Yes. Yes, Timmy. I'm a game detective. Cool. Can you tell me a bit about your work? The kids seem to come alive a little. Yeah, let's do that. Sure, but I've also got a few questions for you. That's fine. Ooh, secret. We unlocked a secret. Okay. You seem alright. I'll tell you what Fredo looks like in the game. He bought us both skins, and mine was almost as cool as his. Old man Haggis doesn't know. We used an agent and covered our tracks so no one would find out that we were going into an adults-only world. Okay. Let's tell him about the Gamedec work. He wanted to know. You wanted to know about Gamedec work. As a detective, I help people with their problems within the scope of sensory worlds. Let's do it emotionally. Gamedecs wander the edges of realities. We change them so often that what's true and what's not is no longer important to us. The only important thing is helping those in need. That's why I'm here. That should help, yeah. Yes, Fredo needs you. He nodded with all seriousness. Ooh, that gave us some social skills. That's not what I wanted to click, but okay, we did unlock a bit about Timmy here. That's very nice. Did we unlock something new in here? I think we did, right? No, actually. Okay. Nothing about how he looks. Okay. You seem to be gaining courage. What do you need to do to become a game deck? Okay. Tell him he's got a shot at it. Yeah. Let's do that. So you want to be a game deck, Timmy? I'm sure you could handle it. He smiled with disbelief. That gave us quite a boost, though. See about Freddy. Let's ask about his condition. Gathered info. Fredo has been in a state of constant, intense sexual arousal for the past few hours. What's he doing in the game? Do you really need to ask? He focused on his shoes. It was an adults-only world, and I guess that's what adults do in adults-only worlds. Okay, let's. I think if we push him, we're gonna lose something here. So let's let it go at that. I get it. You went there to have fun. No need to explain. There we go. He looked at me gratefully. Maybe we can actually get to the max here. That would be nice. I feel like if we ask about enemies, we might lose something here. Let's ask about the Virtualium. Okay. Ask how many worlds they played in. Choose a different target. What are they doing in the Virtualium? Virtualium. Annoying word. Why isn't Fredo coming out of the game? Let's ask why Paradise Beach. That seems like... No, actually this one. Ask how many worlds they played in. That seems like a social question that might get him to loosen up a bit. You celebrated Fredo's birthday in just one Virtualium? Yeah, but we did some pre-gaming here first. We kind of overdid it. Fredo had trouble putting on his suit. He realized that he had said too much and stopped. Now let's show understanding here. I know how things are, Timmy. When I was your age, I also went to parties and drank booze. Ooh, there we go. He laughed. Booze is for the old or the poor. Fredo and I have better stuff. Ooh. But the girl Fredo bought had booze. Brought, not bought. But the girl Fredo brought had booze. She said that it was included. I trust you and I'll tell you the truth. Just please don't tell Mr. Haggis. We went inside, twisted and perverted. It's a world where people hurt each other for pleasure. Okay. So maybe not the kind of world I thought it was. It's horrible, and Fredo, he's still there. Please, find him. Hurry. Thank you, Timmy. You've been a great help. Okay. Okay, what? Okay, the boys in Twisted and Perverted. Okay, it seems like Timmy thinks that he's still in this Twisted and Perverted game. I don't think we can. I don't think we can check anything else here. Oh, we can actually. Oh, maybe I should have. Oh, maybe we should read this. I decided to take a better look at the kid's equipment. The small screen displayed Fredo's vital signs, pulse, muscle tension, and brain activity. Despite the high-end hardware, the kid was sweating and using much more nutri-fluid than he should have been. His body was exhausted. And I don't think he's faking it. I took his hand. It was slightly trembling, but with a normal temperature. That happens in games that generates lots of adrenaline. His fingertips were covered with sweat. No, not sweat. I rubbed the sticky substance between my fingers and sniffed. Berries and chewing gum. Let's see if he's faking it. Probably not a good idea. I think Haggis is gonna be angry here. I grabbed his shoulders and shook him a few times. No muscle tension. No muscle tension. He wasn't faking. Okay. The quiet sound of the suit's massaging device grew louder as the supporters brought his body back to the optimal position. Okay. I leaned over and looked under the visor of the helmet. No signs of an extended online stay. Expensive supplements did the trick. He had irregular skin discolorations near the ears. I had no idea what could have caused them. Okay, let's check other actions. Let's... I don't think there's... Yeah, there's actually nothing else we can do here. Okay. Let's talk to Haggis before we decide if we go in or not. He looked at me with disgust, as if to let me know that I was wasting his time. Ask about access to the couches. Who has access to the room with the couches? My guests and I, but no one except Fredo uses them when I'm away. He looked at the couch the woman was using. Or at least that's what I thought. Ah, that's the woman he brought. Okay. I had nothing to say to him. That's fair. Let's check the woman then. There was a rather provocatively dressed 20-something woman on the couch. The devices panel was flashing warnings. Okay. Check the couch's panel. She'd exceeded the safety limits for locked in time. Over 4 days without a suit. She must have taken a game pill or the bladder wouldn't have held out. Okay. She started revitalization, but something interrupted the process. Even though she couldn't control her body, I could see she could hear me. Her helmet had an external monitoring port. I could connect to it and see what happened. Let's ask Haggis about her. Who is she? Relations. I don't know. Timmy was babbling something about her being in the game with them. Okay, let's take a closer look at her. She must have been planning a short session since she didn't put on a suit. Leave the lowlife alone and save my son. Haggis' face burnt red. I'm gonna hold my ground here, because she could have... she could be important. I'll do what I feel needs to be done. You know your work, I know mine. Fine, but I'm warning you, don't F this up. Okay, let's actually connect to the helmet. Haggis noticed what I was doing. What the F are you doing? I want to talk to her through the observer's port, which is... I already know what it is, so stop insulting my intelligence and hurry the F up. Okay. When I connected to her helmet, the image was transmitted to my lenses. Okay, I really hope you're not gonna see something super offensive here. The girl drifted in an undefined space. It wasn't the network menu or any of the games I knew. Hello, I'm a Gamedec. I was hired by Mr. Haggis. I connected to your helmet. You can talk and I'll hear you on my walktel. According to the login, your name is Starlet, is that right? She moaned like she was in pain. A Gamedec? That's great. Yeah, I'm Starlet. I can't seem to log out. Okay, let's look around. The digital space was filled with data sets that my walktel rendered as luminous shapes. Let's offer assistance first. Let me try and help you. Progress bar. A progress bar appeared in your quest log. It is influenced by your decisions and dialogue choices. Remember that maxing it out can prompt a negative or a positive outcome depending on the situation. Okay. Ah, okay, there we go. That's a weight off my shoulders. Okay. Let's analyze the problem first before we start just pulling random plugs. Ooh, Glacier, there we go. Interrupted revitalization is rare, usually due to faulty equipment. But that wasn't the case. It must have been something external. Revitalization is based on hardware stimulation of the player's senses. Each stage appears on the progress bar. Sadly, I couldn't recall the correct order. Okay. Vision is definitely restored last when the helmet is removed. Had I rushed it, Starlet would have been in serious trouble. There you go. Okay, you know what, guys? I'm actually just going to grab a pen here and actually write this down, unless we're gonna get something in game here. So vision is last. Okay. Okay, Starlet, I think I know how to wake you. Okay, that was quick. Wait, I hear laughter. What's happening? That's Haggis. My deck detected the girl's helmet being bombarded with exabytes of data. Someone wanted to overload it and terminate our connection. Starlet, someone is trying to either stop us from talking or probe me. Damn it, what are you going to do? The attack was intensifying. I didn't have much time. Okay, luckily we are a glacier, so let's activate a firewall. Why not? I'll activate some barriers to block the signal, but it's only a matter of time before they crack. It was possible to use jamming barriers to slow the attack, or some decent but weaker reflection barriers to track the source. Ooh. Do we want to jam? Do we want to get safely out of here, or do we want to track them? I would think that the highest chance to save us both is to jam it, and then screw who's behind it for now. Yeah, let's use the jamming barriers. The jamming barriers send requests and inquiries to the source of the attack, slowing down whoever it was. Starlet, I put up some barriers. I bought us some time. Great, it's about time we get out of here. Let's observe the attack signal. My connection was being overloaded with streams of incoming data. The walktail wasn't able to interpret it. One thing was certain, the attack was getting stronger by the second. Okay, let's revitalize Starlet then. We don't have much time. I'm going to try to get you out of here. Finally. Okay, let's... Well, we saw that this was the last thing to do, so let's awaken her by stimulating her senses. The correct order was key. The revitalization bar had stopped on stimulating proprioception. It seemed right to start with that. Starlet, I'm going to try finishing your revitalization. I'm going to need to touch your body. Is that okay? Do whatever is necessary. Okay. Let's... I mean, we shook Fredo to check if he was faking it, so I don't think this is the correct move. Let's move her arm. I felt around for Starlet's arm in Relium, raised it and moved it around. The revitalization bar moved forward. Proprioception complete. A good start, but the screen didn't display the next stage. Okay. Let's... touch might not be a bad next step here. We know that this is last, so let's try and do this. I grabbed her hand and squeezed it. Starlet, I'm squeezing your hand. Can you feel it? Not a thing. Okay. Let's try smell then. I decided to stimulate her inner ear. Did I click wrong? Okay. I decided to stimulate her inner ear, her sense of balance. Let's not give her something to chew while she's unconscious. Let's blow in her face. I didn't know how fresh my breath was, but I took the risk. I leaned over and blew under the helmet into her face, then waited. There was no reaction. I needed to stimulate a different sense. The attack was getting stronger. I don't think this is... Let's stimulate her sense of balance then. I decided to stimulate her inner ear. That's exactly what it just said. That is strange. Let's rock her. I grabbed her shoulders and gently rocked her from side to side. Her arms trembled. Oh, something's happening. I feel dizzy. That means that your inner ear has been stimulated. I can stimulate another sense. I don't think we have the time. The noise is too strong. I'm losing the connection. No. Yeah. Okay. I got disconnected. Even worse, the attacker may have tracked me. I had no idea where this would lead. Is she gone then? Scarlet is unconscious. The couch panel flashes an interrupted revitalization alarm. Examine her. Her breath was shallow and she wasn't reacting to anything. A coma. Mr. Haggis, this woman needs a doctor. I can't help her. Hacker's cheeks burned red with outrage. You're wasting time and not getting any results. What's going on with my son? Don't worry, I'm working on it. Okay. The display keeps reminding me of the interrupted revitalization. Removing her helmet in this state could be dangerous. I analyzed the active systems. Starlet's sensors failed to register any external stimuli. She was in a state of deep sleep. Okay, that was unfortunate. That was unfortunate, but nothing we can do about it now in either case. Let's see here. Yeah, Starlet, we have you. Stop it. Okay, we actually have 3 that we haven't unlocked. I'm thinking that might have been stuff we could have gathered from Starlet had we been able to actually get her out. Let's go ahead and have a quick talk. Oh, hello, something over here maybe. What is this? Computer Infolia file. Infolia files all open to the BWI homepage. Sleeves, infotainer. Okay, we can read it. The article was about Pygmalion, the flagship BWI project. It allowed you to create living human psyches. I copied the rest to the codex to get back to it when I had more time. Okay. Is there anything on the PC we can check? A stream of stock market quotations appeared on the screen. The hardware was high-end, just like everything else in these rooms. System access was blocked by why I was convinced I could log in if I tried. This had to be the hardware that was monitoring Fredo's couch. Let's hack it. I expected problems, but a simple bypass did the trick. The owner didn't seem to care about good security. Access granted. Hi, honey bunny. What can I do for... She cut short mid-sentence and took a good look at me. Oh, you're not honey bunny. Did something happen? Is he alright? GGNet, is that maybe some... It looks like some AI thing. I mean, is Jeffrey alright? Excuse me, I haven't talked to other people in years. So, is he okay? Okay, let's tell the truth. Mr. Hacker's son is trapped in a virtualium. I'm a Gamedec and I'm trying to get him out. I need access to this computer. So, Honey Bunny's fine and well. That's good. What was I... Oh yes, let me give you the tour. I have access to emails, reports, bills, and some other systems. What would you like to see? Let's check the emails. Let's check Fredo's. Got anything on Fredo there? There's some correspondence between Timmy and Frederick. I'm sending it to your deck. It looks like Timmy doesn't like it when Fredo doesn't respond to his questions. Okay. Did we get... We got something here, right? No, that was something else we got. Okay. Fair. It looks like Timmy doesn't like it when Fredo doesn't respond to his questions. Well, actually, thinking about it... We have 3 here that we have not unlocked. Timmy just so happens to have 3 locks if we turn a bit around and become a bit more insistent on answers. Show me the most recent logins for this device. The last logged in user was Fredo Haggis. I don't think I should go through his inbox, but oh, what the hell. Oh, I'm going to blush. I don't think you want to see this. There are plenty of messages from that stripper, Starlet. Can you brief me on their conversations? Of course. What do we have here? Some rather indecent proposals of a show. That Starlet girl promised him both real and virtual sensations. She also mentioned access to a game for the very adult. Okay. Let's ask about couch control, not crouch control. I want to access the couch control panel. Let's see the player monitoring. Show me Fredo's monitoring. Do you know where he's logged in? I'm afraid that data is encrypted. Honey Bunny made it so. But I can connect to the boy and describe what he's feeling right now. Let's have it describe it. I'm making the connection. I can't say I like the kid's thoughts. Yeah. Ask about her thought perception. You can see his thoughts? How? No, I feel them, taste them. It's hard to describe. I feel various sensations and emotions, but not necessarily the same way he does. It's hard to explain how I receive them. Synesthesia? I think that's what it's called. Oh, it's getting hot. He's very excited, far beyond the limits of red ecstasy. Okay, let's have her describe the ecstasy. Oh yes, crimson. I love that color. Oh, all the red. I have a feeling this is not gonna be amaranth, scarlet, crimson. Oh. Okay. Yeah, programming error. Have a nice day. Blue Whales Interactive. Never alone. Okay, that's fair. That's fair. Sure. Okay, so he doesn't like. What is it that I haven't actually checked out here? It's a journal. Okay. Tim's letter to Fredo. How many times did I tell you to stop pressing me? If you keep on doing it, I'm out. Give me some time to think. To figure everything out. When I do, I'll make my decision, okay? Never under pressure. Okay. Okay, so Fredo is apparently a bit insistent on certain things. Green type. Okay, this is all good and stuff. Okay. Still nothing new here though. No. The computer shut down. Okay, that's that? Floor. A piece of the floor stood out from the rest. There was no chance of a flaw in the design, not in a building like this. Let's take a closer look. It looked like a hatch. A hidden safe. A D-109 dual shield made of T200X, a high chromium steel alloy. No common thief could open one. It required the advanced knowledge and intelligence of a true safecracker. You know, let's see what happens. I'm gonna guess it's a very bad idea, but I mean, Mr. Hackers is not here, so let's see if we can get in. I found a crack. That was quickly. I raised the wooden tile and saw a digital safe lock. I triggered an emergency opening of the safe with the Handy Butler, a device of my own design. A steel box appeared from beneath the floor. Okay. I need to check for leads inside. Okay. Check the briefcase. Inside the leather briefcase, I found hollows of a young man holding an attractive woman in what looked like a loving embrace. A closer look at her face and body language made it clear that she wanted to get away. Without a doubt, the young man was Fredo. Uh-oh. There was an Infolia file attached to the hollows. I checked it out. It seems Haggis was being blackmailed. Oh, okay. So Fredo is definitely into some bad stuff. And people know about it, so they're blackmailing Haggis. Box with pills. Plenty of game pill packages. An LSD, CC, stay on target, even an L pill. Not illegal, but what would he be doing with an L pill? The tree figurine. The figurine resembled the tree decorating the office floor. A gold plate with the words Axis Mundi was engraved on its stand. Okay, I returned to the investigation. We got a clue. Someone is putting pressure on Haggis. Okay, we might actually be able to talk to him a bit more now. You might have something new to say to Timmy, I guess not.
How long do you expect me to wait?
He repeatedly clenched and unclenched his fists, trying to control his emotions. Okay, let's leave. I had nothing to say to him. Fair enough. You know what? I think it's time to make a decision here. But I also think this is actually a great time to end this episode. I think we've got a decent look at how the game functions, and I'm not sure I dare to actually in a YouTube video here to log into to either of these games. Let's just put it that way. If I had to venture a guess though, it seems like Fredo is into some of the twisted and perverted stuff, so I would definitely look for him here. This seems like a great game to me. I had a lot of fun. It ticks off a lot of boxes for me that I truly enjoy. It's RPG. It's yeah, it's cyberpunk. It's isometric. We have a lot of stuff to read. We have to deduct stuff. We have to think, use our brains. I thought it was fun. Let me know actually what you think in the comments. What would you have done if you would have done anything differently? Do you think he's in the twisted and perverted, or do you think he's in the Paradise Beach? What do you think happened? Let me know. For now, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and to see you for the next one. Until then, take care.